Hey guys, good morning. Happy Tuesday. It is also day 2 of my 3-day egg fast challenge that I have given myself, my little mini challenge. So essentially, if you are just tuning into this plan, I spent this past week traveling, a lot of time in the car, a lot of time at a different altitude, a lot of stress. So despite my diet still being pretty clean, I came home with about 5 pounds of inflammation, a whole lot of stiff joints, just overall discomfort and feeling dehydrated, and all of the things that kind of come along with traveling, especially that come along with long periods of time in a car. So I decided for myself to do a 3-day egg fast in order to just kind of try and, as quickly as possible, reduce that overall inflammation that I have been feeling. The egg fast is something that, surprisingly, after almost 6 years of following a ketogenic lifestyle, I have not tried. I've definitely had egg days where I've only had eggs and fat, but it's never been something that was planned out for a certain period of time. So I decided, why not? I would go ahead and give it a go and see how it does as far as reducing the overall inflammation. So today is day 2. Yesterday, so I've already posted my day 1 for my first day of eating on the egg fast, and today I'm trying to kind of tweak it a little bit to make it a little bit easier. So for day 1, I was a little ill prepared, and I left all of my prepared egg meals at home. I didn't realize it until it was just a couple minutes from work. So I kind of had to think on the fly. I was very busy, so I ate a lot later in the day than I really anticipated, because with the egg fast, there are different rules. The ones that I've set for myself is to try and fit it into 3 meals in the day in order to make sure that I'm getting enough food and enough protein and all of those things. And I wasn't able to actually have my first meal until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. So what I decided to do instead today is, before I leave the house, I'm going to go ahead and have my first meal of the day. So these are keto egg loaf muffins, sort of. As you can see, they are quite deflated. Also, they stuck pretty bad. I did not grease my pan well enough. I really need to invest in a silicone one. So these are essentially, it's just eggs, butter, and a little bit of cream cheese. And I added also to these, they do have some vanilla skinny syrup in them, so they are ever so slightly sweetened. But basically these, especially when you eat them cold, they are reminiscent almost of like cold pancakes, or even if you add more cream cheese, it comes across as like the texture of a cheesecake. These are more eggy, but they're delicious. So this is going to be my breakfast. I'm excited because they're really tasty. But I'm going to log these in for my macros as well. Just like yesterday's video, at the end of this one, you will see my ending macros for the day, my total number of steps for the day, because I am still doing a 15,000 step a day challenge. And is there something? Oh, and my starting weight this morning, which, no big surprise, I have already dropped a considerable amount of that inflammation just in 24 hours. So I will include that there at the end as well. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to go ahead and eat these, and I will see you at lunchtime. Lunch was 4 hard-boiled eggs with 1 ounce of cream cheese, and I also had a tablespoon of butter in a cup of coffee right before that as well. Really quite tasty and pretty easy. Hey guys, okay, it's about 7:30. I'm being like swarmed by mosquitoes, so if you see me swatting, I'm not crazy and I haven't lost my mind. It's just that nature is attacking me. So yes, it is about 7:30. We just got back from our third walk around the neighborhood this afternoon, and I just hit just over 16,000 steps. So I have reached my step goal for the day. I did work earlier today. I got off a little bit early because I felt a little lethargic today. I know I didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and I didn't get a lot of quality sleep last night, so that might be part of it. But I was just kind of dragging today. So I got home about 2 o'clock this afternoon and took a nap, which is something that I take a nap maybe once every 3 or 4 months now. That's just not a thing I do. So I took about a 2-hour nap this afternoon when I got home from work. And then when Richard got home, we have taken now 3 separate walks around the neighborhood, and I've hit my step goal. So now it's about 7:30. He has warmed up some leftover burgers for himself, and I am getting ready to make some dinner. Something I did not film when I first got home from work, I did have another meal. I had 2 of the egg loaf muffins left over in the fridge, and so I did have those before I took my nap. So I have had that additional amount that I will include in my macros for today as well. But right now I'm getting ready to go inside. I'm going to fry up a couple of eggs. I think I'm just going to do like 4 eggs fried in butter. And if I have some cheese, which I'm not sure if I have cheese, I might have a little cheese on the side, because as much as I love eggs fried in butter, it's really difficult to fry 4 eggs in 4 tablespoons of butter. That would just be extraordinarily soupy. So I've got to kind of figure out how exactly to orchestrate that in order to try and get my correct little fat and egg macros for this evening for dinner. But that's my plan. I will get a little snapshot or film whatever I put together for my actual plate for dinner. Seriously, just like trying to fly into my ear. I know that like in every travel magazine and on every travel website ever, Charleston is one of those places that they tell you to visit. But like, if you're coming, come stocked with bug spray, because bug spray and some means of air conditioning, because like it is hot and there are bugs. So anyway, I'm gonna go inside. I'm gonna make some eggs and try to figure out exactly what my macros are going to be for tonight. And then I will end up having a screenshot of my total macros on Carb Manager for the end of the day, and also my steps for the end of the day. So I will include, and my weigh-in from this morning. So I will say, actually, I will go ahead and throw that right there right now so we can talk about that. It is amazing when you are inflamed, how quickly your inflammation can fall when you remove inflammatory foods and you're able to flush your body with lots of water and electrolytes, and you're giving your body what it wants. That is in 24 hours. That difference between my starting weight yesterday morning and my weight this morning. So a lot can change in 24 hours. So if you are in a situation where you have put on a couple of pounds of weight seemingly overnight or over a couple of days, please keep in mind that for the most part you are looking at inflammation. It's not that you have gained body fat. It's not that you have made some horrible error and that you should beat yourself up. I mean, in all truth, in most cases, you're looking at a lot of fluid retention. And frankly, like, I was just talking to Richard about it, like, I still feel swollen. So like my hands, for instance, my rings, I usually take these off anytime that I take a shower or if I'm washing dishes, because they are loose and I can't get them off. So even though I have lost a little bit of water weight just in the last 24 hours, I am still inflamed. My joints are still swollen. My hands especially are very swollen. They feel almost like I have like a really tight glove on. And so I can feel that it's not all gone. And so I'm interested to see how things go over the course of the next 24 hours with my last day of my egg fast. So yeah, I guess that's about it. So I will show you what I do end up kind of conjuring up for dinner, and then I will include, like I said, my macros, my steps, and everything for the end of the day. And then we'll check back in for day 3 and see how that goes and wrap that whole thing up. So 3 days, it's really easy, it's really short. As of right now, here nearing the end of day 2, I am not remotely sick of eggs yet. So like I mentioned in my first video, eggs are my favorite form of protein, just because of the flexibility of eggs, the fact that every way that you cook them, they taste different. So there's a little bit of flexibility there. I have not hit a point yet where I have any sort of fatigue over hard-boiled eggs or just fried eggs. So I'm just going to keep rolling with it. I haven't done anything especially interesting. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think tonight, again, I'm going to do fried eggs. I might make a chaffle or something. Maybe that'll be a nice way of adding a little bit of fat and maybe a little bit of cheese to my last meal of the day. So I'll keep y'all posted on that. And otherwise, I will see y'all in the morning and let y'all know how day 3 goes. All right. So see y'all later. All right, guys, I'm going to show you my dinner and what I ended up with. So here we go. All right. Using my Blackstone griddle as a backdrop. So I have one just plain fried egg with a slightly runny yolk, and then I have 2 additional ones, each one on a chaffle made in my griddle maker, which is my preferred way to make chaffles. So grand total for this plate, I have 4 large eggs, including my chaffle. I have 2 tablespoons of butter, and then 1 ounce of shredded Mexican blend cheese, which I use to make the chaffles. So I'm going to add all of that in to my macros for the day. But in general, look. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm excited.